getOpt, so which is one kind of program argument. So the syntax of the getOpt is which contains 3 parameters. One is argument count of integer type, then argument vector, then option string, and the return type of this getOpt is integer. And also we need a character variable called optarg, that is option argument. Then 3 integer variables like optind, that means option index, then opterr, option error, opt means options option. So these two are the character, that means the optarg and optind, opterr, opt. These are all the external variables. So in this getOpt, we have the parameter called argument c and argument v, where we have discussed about argc and argv means count the number of arguments so that are counted, and the vector argument vector contains the values of the arguments that we have passed in command line. And Linux provides this getOpt function facility mainly to use parsing the program options. So that supports the use of options with and without values and is simple to use. So the main purpose of the getOpt is to parse the program options using getOpt. getOpt function automates a task involved in parsing typical the command line options. That means the commands with options has to be parsed automatically when I use getOpt. When I execute a command that I have specified in the previous example, that is a sort space -r space file name. Here the sort command has to execute with the help of the option -r and also with the help of the argument file name, so that the sort command will perform sorting on the particular file. So the getOpt function takes this argc and argv parameters as passed to the program's main function, and an options specifier, that is opt string, that is an option specifier that tells getOpt what options are defined for the program and whether there is any associated value or not. So that means, for example, it is a /args -i /args -i -lr space hi there space -f space fred.c. Within this, the argc contains the number of parameters that are available there. There is a /args is one argument, then followed by -r, then followed by -l h, then followed by hi there, then followed by -f, followed by fred.c. So these are the argument count and argument values that are stored in the argument vector. And also, so the option string, that means out of all these arguments, we have certain options like -r, -l, -h, -f. So these are the options that are stored in opt string. These are the options that are stored in the opt string. And so with the help of this optarg, I can store the arguments regarding the option. The opt string is a string which contains some legitimate option characters. So if such character is followed by colon, then the option requires an argument. So getOpt places a pointer to the following text in the same argument vector element, or it may place pointer to the text of the following array argument vector element. It may be in the same argument vector element, or it may be the text of the following argument vector element. The pointer is placed if the colon is specified before the argument. And if there are 2 colons, means that an option takes an optional argument. If there is a text in the current argument vector element, then it is written optarg. Otherwise, the optarg is set to 0. Opt string. So in getOpt function, we have opt string, which is a string which contains some legitimate option character. If the option character is followed by colon, then the option requires argument. So getOpt places a pointer to the following text in the same argument vector element, or it may place a pointer to the text of the following argument vector element. OPT IND and OPT error. So in case of this OPT IND, I already specified that OPT IND means it is an option index, nothing but it is the next element that is to be processed in the argument vector, and the system initializes this OPT IND to 1. So it is not initialized to 0 because, so 0 is initialized to the command name, or it may be a program name that you want to execute. So the system is initializing the option index value to 1. And the caller can reset. Caller here in the sense, it may be a program which is going to call the particular command or the particular program to execute. Like it may be a script or it may be an executable file. Here the caller can reset the particular OPT IND to 1. The caller can reset the particular OPT IND to 1 to restart the scanning of the same argument vector. OPT ERR and OPT, we have two other external variables. That means if the get OPT doesn't recognize an option character within the command line, then it prints an error message in standard error. Here standard error in the sense that it is a standard error means it is a standard output file. Here the standard output file example here is monitor. That means it is going to write error messages to the monitor by storing the information into standard error file, but not standard output file. That means if the option character is unable to recognize, then that option character will be stored in OPT. That means when I'm executing a command like sart space -x space file name, here x is an option, but it is unable to recognize by the command. Then option character x will be stored in OPT, and the error will be stored in standard error file, that is onto the monitor it will display, and the command that it is executing where the option is unrecognized, it is going to return question mark. And the calling program may prevent the error message by setting OPT error to 0. But if a get OPT function finds an option character in argument vector, but that was not included in option string. I have an option in argument vector, but it was not included in the option string. Then it returns question mark and sets the external variable OPT to the actual option character. If the option character is preceded with the colon instead of hyphen, then the getOPT function will return colon instead of question mark to indicate that there is a missing option argument. We have a missing option argument in the command line. The example, that is a getOPT of arg count, arg vector, so the option string I am passing here is -i -f :l r. So now I'm going to show a small C program here for you to understand how the getOPT function will execute. I have created an integer variable, that is OPT, and I'm checking the condition getOPT of argc argv of the particular option, that is a colon if colon lr. If in the sense here, don't consider it as a keyword if, it is if, it is two options, -i and -f. So here that means if it is success, it may return any positive value. So if it is failed, then it is not going to return any positive value, it will return -1. So in Linux, in most of the cases, it is same. That means if any program or if any command is successfully executed, it returns only a positive value or it may return nothing. But if it is an error, it is going to return -1. You have to remember. So here getOPT function takes three parameters, that is count of arguments and argument vector and the options. And here if this is not equals to -1, then we can go for the option. That means, so it has to get the option, that is OPT is equals to, so I'm going to get 1. So that is I'm going to get 1 in the sense here it is I. So then the next option is F. The next option is L. The next option is R. Likewise, that means whatever the sequence that we have specified. So here switch, within the switch case, we are going to specify what is the option. So switch of option. So within that, if it is case I or case L or case R, for these three options, so I want to print option. If it is I, L or R. If it is F, then I want to print file name. So then if it is colon, so an option needs a value that I have specified. Then if it is question mark means it is an unknown option. The unknown option is available in OPT. Then after that, I'm creating a loop. Here the loop is repeated for number of times that is equals to argument count. That means if I have 4 arguments, then the loop is repeated for 4 times. If the argument vector contains 3 arguments, then it is going to repeat for 3 times. Likewise, so based on the argument count value, the loop will be printed, and it is going to print what is the argument that are available in the command line. When I'm going to run this particular program, so it is going to show the output like this: option I, option L, option R. That means if you look into here, so if case L, that means here if it is I, okay, case I, then if it is case L, okay, case L, then case R. So if these 3 cases satisfies, then it prints option I, option L, option R. So that means case I, it prints option I. Then if it is case R, it prints option R. Then after that, it prints file name colon, so fred.c, and hyphen q means it is unknown option. That means the q is not available as an option here. And the argument here we have is hi there. That is the argument that we have. Now, if you observe, option argument contains fred.c. Fred.c is a OPT argument value that is available for -f option.